everybody. Welcome to Diva Talk with moi. And today we are going to be talking about everybody's favorite francophone, Céline Dion. The closer it gets to a cough, the more accurate it is. It's a pro tip taught to me by my French teacher. Céline Dion has a vocal range of 3 octaves and 3 notes, stretching from B flat 2 to E6. Her net worth, $400 million, and she's a member of the vocal Trinity. Céline Dion was born in Charlemange, Quebec in 1968. She's the youngest of 14 children, and her French tongue is her native tongue. Her first album was Voix Du Bon Dieu, which was released in 1981 when she was 13 years old. Her manager, René Angélil, who is 26 years older than her and eventually became her husband, not gonna get into that, but he mortgaged his house so that she could eventually create the album. By the time she was 18, she had recorded 9 French studio albums and had won several Juno and Felix Awards, which are the Canadian equivalent of a Grammy. By 1988, Céline Dion won the Eurovision contest, representing Switzerland in a singing competition against other European countries. In 1990, Céline Dion released the American album Unison, which sold 3 million copies worldwide. Before she could sing in English first, her manager had 2 requirements. 1, she needed to learn to sing in English. 2, she had to have cosmetic dental surgery, because apparently we are all material girls. After she released that album, she released The Color of My Love, which spawned the #1 hit, The Power of Love! As well as a couple other albums. But in between The Color of My Love and Falling Into You, Céline Dion had to keep her French fans happy, because you can't just go from being a French pop star to becoming an American pop star. If you leave a French person lonely, they're gonna kill you in your sleep. It's just a well-known fact. So, she released the best-selling French album of all time, Look at it. It's beautiful. The lighting is not set for her though, so that's okay. It is a 12 songs of pure beauty, and it contains the smash hit Porque Tu m'aimes encore. It sold 10 million copies worldwide. An estimation, that's the same amount of sales as Taylor Swift's best-selling album, 1989. After she released the album Falling Into You. Falling Into You not only had several covers of several songs and spawned the #1 hit Because You Loved Me, which no one knows because it's garbage. It also had several French translations of her French songs from For example, it had Fly, which is the English translation of Voler, which was written about Celine's niece, Catherine, when she died of cystic fibrosis at a young age. It also had Whatever It Takes, which is the English translation of Porque Tu m'aimes encore. However, it is censored, and that is not the correct translation for Porque Tu m'aimes encore. Porque Tu m'aimes encore translates roughly to So That You Will Love Me Again. It was censored in English because the lyrics are very explicit in Porque Tu m'aimes encore. It's like if 50 Shades of Grey was written by a stalker. The French are not a shy people. After Céline Dion released the album Let's Talk About Love, which included the smash hit My Heart Will Go On. It became the 2nd best-selling song by a female ever, selling 18 million copies, and second only to Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, which sold 20 million copies. Also became one of very few select songs that had double the Billboard Hot 100 points of the song in #2. So back then they didn't have streaming to take into account for it. So it took radio play and sales and it merged them together to give you a point system. Okay, and so the sales and the radio play were both so strong for My Heart Will Go On that it had double the points of the Usher song, which was behind it. She's doing twice as good as Usher at this point. It joined the ranks of songs such as Candle in the Wind, I Will Always Love You, and Heartbreaker by Mariah Carey. Most of the songs are classic, but then there was Heartbreaker. After Let's Talk About Love, Céline took a break. Céline focused on her family and becoming a mother. However, in 2001, she came back with her successful album, A New Day Has Come. After she released the album, she went to see the Cirque du Soleil at the Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. After seeing this, she was so inspired, she turned to René and she said, René, I want to do that. I want to be on stage with the actors and sing to the crowd. And Renee goes, okay, Céline, you make me lots of money. I don't know why Renee was not French Canadian, but that's okay.
Keep that in there.
She released a Vegas residency, and the hype for this was so immense that they actually built the Caesar's Palace Coliseum. The big gigantic Roman Coliseum that you see when you go through Vegas, built specifically for Céline Dion. It became the highest grossing Vegas residency of all time. It grossed over $385 million. It was jokingly called Cirque du Céline because 1, that was where she got the inspiration from, and 2, because what else are you gonna call a Vegas residency where Céline Dion is yelling at the crowd, beating her chest, singing My Heart Will Go On, and there's French mimes flying across the stage suspended from wires and playing the piano. Nothing else you can call it. Céline also had the second highest grossing tour of all time. So she has the most highest grossing residency of all time and the second highest grossing Vegas residency of all time. She revived Vegas to become a place where artists go to like it's like a smaller tour. It's basically just like another tour for artists. It became a revitalized scene and not a place where artists went to die. With the exception of Whitney Houston and Elvis Presley, who both died in the bathroom.
I just figured out yesterday that Whitney Houston killed herself.
She didn't. Well, kind of. She listen up.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs, kids. What happened was Whitney Houston did a lot of drugs, and she took so many drugs and alcohol at one time that it actually caused her to have a heart attack. Then she drowned in the bathtub. So, don't have a heart attack while you're in the bathtub. It's just common sense.
There's no one else to blame other than herself, though. She killed herself.
Some people blame Bobby Brown. Her husband. And her brother, who gave her weed at the age of 17. We should